Let's talk to the main man at West Ham TV first. It's Dan Lawless. He's been on the show on many, many occasions. Dan, you don't have an in on that WhatsApp group, do you, mate? 'Cause I could do with a little bit of a fly on the wall here, pal. It's going to be going right off, isn't it?
Yeah, you know what? I would love to be in that WhatsApp group personally and see what they say, because I can imagine it's probably similar to what a lot of us are saying. And you know what? I couldn't be more proud of our captain right now for coming out and speaking out against this just travesty. It's ridiculous. And you guys were saying about possible backlash against Noble from the owners. I dare them to try and do something to Noble for that, because honestly, the way the fans are now, they're only going to inflame the situation. So they need to keep their heads down, honestly, because if they even tried to do anything to Noble, it would just get a million times worse for them.
Do you know it's crazy, right, Dan? Sorry for jumping in. This is crazy, Adam, right? We were having a conversation off air, and we're probably going to touch on this in the show about Lionel Messi being bigger than Barcelona. Is this a case of Mark Noble being bigger than the owners at West Ham? That's how big this is, Dan, yeah?
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. He is a fan. He is, as we call him, Mr. West Ham, right? And he's been someone that they have tried to utilise to get the fans inside and things like this. And for him to come out now and break ranks and to say it how it is, it says everything. For all of these other players, you've got, like you said, Jack Wilshere, you've got Declan Rice liking, you've got all the other youth players liking things. It says everything about the way this club is run. It's more about that than about the players, because they are absolutely killing this club. It's not just the sale of a youth player who was promising and talented. This is a player that was well liked in the squad. So now they've just killed the morale before the season's even started. So they have affected the club beyond just selling a player and weakening the team, someone who could have gone on, to really do great things for us. They have killed the morale and the spirit of the club before the season started. Riyad Haller was so excited to play with him, and 3 assists for his hat-trick. And it was finally going to see a player that could really, give him the service he needed. 6 days later, sold. It's ridiculous.
Dan, just give, for people that are not West Ham fans and have not maybe been keeping up with the inner turmoil of what's been going on at your club, they will see this as a sale of a young player and they'll think, blimey, hey, West Ham fans they're going a bit OTT. They got 18 million quid for a young kid here. What are they all moaning about? But this is, as I've referred to it a couple of times tonight, it seems like the straw, it's the straw that brought the camel's back. This has been building up to this point, and this is like the tip of the iceberg moment.
Yeah, absolutely, because you've got to look, like, building up to this, before we even had an inkling that Diangana had been sold, we've been over the head with this. We've got to sell to buy, we've got no money, right? And so for the whole summer, other clubs are making big moves, clubs that are just getting promoted, or clubs that have battled with us for relegation last season. They're all signing players. We're being told we've got no money, and we're thinking, how have we got no money? Where is it all gone? So we get riled up over that. And then all of a sudden, you hit us with, and this is the thing, I know Tony was on the show yesterday or whatever and said, oh, he's a squad player. No, David Moyes had big plans for him. This is a player that we was all so excited to see next season. We were so excited. Honestly, we were buzzing. You had the official West Ham account tweeting flyer emojis. You had David Gold tweeting pictures of him literally a few days ago. And then he says it's just so much bigger than just some young squad player. And you've not sold into Man City. You've not sold into Liverpool. You've sold into a relegation rival, mate. Exactly. I mean, this reminds me when we had Andre Ayew and we was battling relegation against Swansea. So we sold him our top goal scorer. It's just decisions like this over and over again. And it tells you they are just so unfit to be running a football club. Just so unfit. And what makes me sick to my stomach the most is that they claim to be fans. They claim to be West Ham fans. And you guys know, we all know what a fan would be doing in their situation. And if you can't afford to take this club further, if you haven't got the know-how, you find someone who does. But they're so stubborn. They want to bleed this club for every single penny it's got and sell it and maximise that profit. They're trying. Brady reckons it's worth 800 million. How is it worth 800 million when Newcastle was going to sell theirs for like 350? They own their stadium.
Dan, has anybody ever come close to trying to take over at West Ham?
Well, we've heard, obviously, Red Bull was rumored to have made an offer, in the past. This Qatar company who apparently owns some land around the club. But no one, from what I'm hearing, is matching their valuation of the club. They think they can get this stadium, whether they can own the stadium or not. But they want to own that stadium and sell it for a big profit, and they've got to wait till 2023. After that, they don't have to give a penny to the LLDC, the people who own the stadium.
So they're not going to go anywhere then, really, are you? I think that's what they're hanging out for by the sounds of things.
Yeah, but this is the thing. We will get relegated by then, and then they'll get nothing for the club. They'll get nothing. We'll be a championship club. They'll have to sit on the cheap then. So they're massively gambling. From a business perspective, it's not even good business. There's a time you've got to cut your losses. You've just got to cut your losses. And now is the time for them. There's all these rumours of people saying we're getting taken over by the end of the year. I'll believe it when I see it. But it's just, honestly, it's just baffling. Now we've got Declan Rice. Now we're all worried Declan Rice is going to be going. They've sold, Diangana. Declan Rice, if he goes, that's going to be it. And we can all see it. We can all see it happening. And they're pleading poverty. So when it does happen, they say, well, we needed money. And you can see it happening on the last day. And that's the thing. I know it was said earlier about Declan Rice and should he be liking the tweets and folks. Listen, these players, this is their life. These are their friends. These are people they work with every day. This is their job. How can you switch off? They're not robots. This is such a big thing. And you've seen the fixture list we've got. We've got to go into that fixture list with the players. I know, look, we're all behind David Moyes, but questions have to be asked. What is his position in all of this, David Moyes? Is he sanctioning it? Is it being done above his head? Either way, if it is being done behind his back, what is he doing? Is he just letting it happen? Is he speaking up? Is he just a yes man? Questions have to be asked on Moyes.
Yeah. Listen, this is not the end of it, is it? This is going to go on for a few days, mate. It's going to. I've no doubt you'll be back on the radio tomorrow, Dan. Keep your phone on, pal.
One thing I'd like to say, guys, before you go, I just want to say, really appreciate, Andy Goldstein, Natalie Sawyer, and Ray Parler. Look, the media has so much power right in this. We are trying to get these lot out. And when you guys speak up on our behalf, the fans appreciate it. It does so much. So just keep putting the spotlight because we need to get Gold, Sullivan and Brady out.
Cheers, Dan. Thanks for giving us a call, mate, and being on the show. Top man, Dan Lawless there from West Ham TV.